The Power of Aspiration, a 30-minute guide to faith and fellowship. 1. The Genesis of Inspiration, turning desire into obsession. The journey to any great height begins with a spark, an inspiration that refuses to be ignored. It is not enough to simply want. You must possess a burning desire that sets your soul on fire. This is the starting point of all achievement. When you are inspired by a vision, you move from the realm of wishing to the realm of obsession. Think of the greats who were fueled by this inner light. They didn't seek success because it was practical. They sought it because their vision kept them awake at night. This inspiration is the fuel that pushes you forward when the road gets steep. To anchor this, you must make your inspiration tangible. Write it down. Speak it into existence. When you visualize your goal with the intensity of someone who has already won, you create an unstoppable momentum. Let's talk about a man who embodies this idea completely, Dwayne "The Rock" Johnson. In 1995, Dwayne Johnson was cut from the Canadian Football League and had exactly $7 in his pocket. $7. He later said that was the moment he decided to become the biggest star in the world. He didn't just wish for it. He didn't casually hope for it. He obsessed over it. He woke up before 4 a.m. to train. He built his body, then built his brand, then built an empire. Today, he is one of the highest paid entertainers on the planet, a producer, a businessman, and one of the most followed humans on social media. But none of that started with money or connections. It started with desire so intense, it became obsession. And here's the thing about that moment. Being cut from the CFL was the worst day of his life. But he has said repeatedly that it was also the best day of his life because it forced him to confront his true calling. Sometimes the door that closes is the one that was never yours to begin with. Inspiration doesn't always arrive as sunshine. Sometimes it arrives as devastation, and your job is to receive it either way. Now think about your own life. What is that thing inside you that refuses to go away? That idea, that dream, that calling you keep coming back to even when life gets in the way. That's not an accident. That's a signal. The world doesn't plant desires in your heart just to taunt you with them. Those desires are a map. And your job is not to question whether the destination is reachable. Your job is to start walking. Think of it this way. A seed doesn't debate whether it should grow. Given the right conditions, soil, water, sunlight, it grows because that is its nature. You are no different. Your dream is your nature. When you align your environment, your habits, and your energy around that dream, growth is not optional. It is inevitable. So the question is not, can I do this? The question is, am I giving myself the conditions to grow? Write your goal down. Say it out loud. Tell someone. Commit to it publicly. Neuroscience backs this up. Research from Dominican University in California shows that people who write down their goals and share them with a friend are 33% more likely to achieve them than those who just think about their goals. Your aspiration needs oxygen. Give it voice. Give it visibility. Give it the space to become real. 2. The pillar of faith, believing when the world doubts. Faith is the state of mind which may be induced by affirmation or repeated instructions to the subconscious mind. It is the only known antidote for failure. Success is not merely about the labor of your hands. It is about cultivating an unshakable belief that you will prevail. Faith is a choice you make every single morning. It is easy to believe when the sun is shining and the path is clear, but true faith is demonstrated when the circumstances seem hopeless. When the odds are stacked against you, your faith is the driving force that keeps you moving. If you believe with every fiber of your being that your success is inevitable, your actions will reflect that certainty, and the universe will respond in kind. Let's talk about Kevin Hart. Before he became one of the best-selling stand-up comedians in history, before the movie deals and the sold-out stadium tours, Kevin Hart was bombing at open mic nights in Philadelphia. He was booed off stages. He was told he wasn't funny. Club owners told him to stop performing and get a real job. His early material was a mess. But Kevin Hart had faith in his gift. He kept showing up. He kept refining. He kept going back into rooms that had rejected him, and he kept swinging. He has said in interviews that the key was not talent alone. The key was deciding, making a firm, unwavering decision that he would succeed. And once you make that kind of decision, you stop looking for exits. You stop entertaining backup plans. You become dangerous in the best possible way. Because a person with no exit strategy will find a way through every wall. We are living in a time right now where faith is being tested on every level. The economy is shifting. Artificial intelligence is reshaping entire industries. There is more uncertainty in the job market, in the housing market, and in geopolitics than most of us have ever seen in our lifetimes. It would be easy to look at all of that and feel small. It would be easy to pull back, to wait, to hide. But here's what the greats know that the average person forgets. Disruption always creates opportunity for those who are paying attention. Every major shift in the economy, the internet boom, the mobile revolution, the rise of social media, minted new millionaires and new leaders. Not because those people were born lucky, but because they had the faith to lean into uncertainty rather than run from it. You must condition your mind to expect victory. This is not blind optimism. It is the alignment of your thoughts, beliefs, and actions. Remember, the world will only believe in you to the extent that you believe in yourself. If you carry yourself with the confidence of one who is already successful, reality will eventually catch up to your belief. One practice I want you to walk away with today is this. Spend 5 minutes every morning before you touch your phone, before you check the news, before you engage with anyone else's agenda, and simply affirm who you are and where you are going. Look yourself in the mirror and say, I am capable. I am worthy. I am prepared for everything this day brings. My success is not a question of if, it is only a question of when. This is not woo-woo. This is neuroscience. Repeated affirmations rewire neural pathways. They shift your reticular activating system, the part of your brain that filters what you notice, to start flagging opportunities instead of threats. When you believe success is coming, your brain starts finding the paths toward it. What you speak over your life, you begin to see in your life. 3. Persistence and the refusal to quit. The road to achievement is filled with challenges designed to test your willpower. Every great winner faced obstacles that would have broken an ordinary person. The difference is persistence. During the Great Depression, fear paralyzed the masses. But those who refused to quit, those who stayed connected to their community and their faith, found opportunity within the crisis. They understood that adversity is temporary, but quitting is permanent. When you remove quitting from your vocabulary, you force your mind to find a way. Resilience is the ability to see failure not as a roadblock, but as a necessary lesson on the way to the top. Consider the story of Oprah Winfrey. She was fired from her first television job as a reporter in Baltimore. They said she was too emotionally invested in her stories. That criticism, the very thing they told her was a weakness, became her greatest superpower. Her emotional investment is exactly why billions of people around the world have trusted her with their stories for decades. She didn't quit when they told her she was doing it wrong. She persisted until the world rewrote its definition of what right looked like. Or consider J.K. Rowling, who was a single mother living on welfare writing Harry Potter in a coffee shop in Edinburgh because she couldn't afford to heat her apartment. She was rejected by 12 publishers before Bloomsbury said yes. 12 rejections. And now Harry Potter has sold over 600 million copies worldwide. What would have happened if she had stopped at rejection number 8 or 10? The world would have been robbed of something magnificent because one person was tired. Here's the difficult truth about persistence. It is not glamorous. Nobody cheers for you in the middle. The crowd shows up at the finish line, not at mile 17 of a marathon, when your knees ache and your lungs burn. In the middle, you are mostly alone with your faith and your commitment. And that is exactly where champions are made. Not in the spotlight, in the silence. In the decision to take one more step when every part of you is screaming to stop. We are in an era right now where instant gratification has never been more available, and where long-term persistence has never been more rare or more valuable. Social media has trained us to expect overnight success. We see the highlight reel, but not the decade of rejection that came before it. Do not let the highlight reel fool you. Every overnight success you have ever admired was actually 10 years in the making. Stick with it. 4. The strength of community, the mastermind principle. No individual ever achieved great success without the cooperation and community of others. This is the mastermind principle, the coordination of knowledge and effort in a spirit of harmony between two or more people for the attainment of a definite purpose. Who you surround yourself with determines your altitude. If you walk with those who complain and accept mediocrity, you will unconsciously adopt their limitations. However, when you immerse yourself in a community of winners, people who challenge you, support you, and push you toward excellence, you naturally rise to their level. Think about the friendship between Dwayne Johnson and Kevin Hart, two of the hardest working entertainers in the world. They push each other, they collaborate, they compete in the best possible way, not out of jealousy, but out of mutual respect and a shared commitment to excellence. Their relationship is a masterclass in the mastermind principle. When great minds connect in a spirit of genuine support, what each one can achieve individually is multiplied exponentially. Or look at the relationship between Jay-Z and Beyonce, not just as a romantic partnership, but as a creative and entrepreneurial alliance. Two people who are each extraordinary on their own, yet who have built something together that neither could have constructed alone. That is the mastermind principle at its highest expression. Separate forces that combine into something greater than the sum of their parts. Community is not just about social connection. It is about the power of association. When two minds come together, a third, invisible, intangible force is created, which may be likened to a third mind. Seek out those who inspire you. Eliminate toxic influences that drain your motivation. Become a person who adds value to your circle, and you will attract high-caliber allies. Great minds do not just happen. They are forged in the company of other great minds. Now I want to speak directly to the group gathered here today, because you are living proof of this principle. You didn't have to be here. You chose to be here. You chose to invest in yourself, in your growth, in your community. That choice alone tells me something about who you are and what you're capable of. The fact that you're in this room means you understand instinctively that iron sharpens iron. Your homework from this section is simple. Audit your 5 closest relationships. Not to discard people carelessly. Compassion matters, and loyalty matters, but be honest with yourself. Of your 5 closest relationships, how many of those people are growing? How many are building something? How many, when you share a dream with them, say, let's figure out how to make it happen, rather than, are you sure that's realistic? The people around you are either an accelerator or a brake. Choose accordingly. 5. Programming the subconscious for victory. Your subconscious mind is a garden. If you do not intentionally plant seeds of inspiration and faith, the weeds of doubt and fear will take root by default. You must become the gatekeeper of your own mind. Use auto-suggestion to reach your subconscious. Speak powerful affirmations. Stand before the mirror and declare your destiny. I am capable, I am worthy, and I am destined for greatness. At first, your mind may resist, clinging to old patterns of fear. Ignore the whispers of the past. Through repetition, your subconscious will accept these affirmations as facts. Once your inner mind believes it, your habits and decisions will align automatically. You will start to see opportunities where others see obstacles. Let's talk about what modern psychology confirms about this ancient principle. Dr. Carol Dweck at Stanford University has spent decades studying what she calls the growth mindset versus the fixed mindset. People with a fixed mindset believe their abilities are set in stone. People with a growth mindset believe their abilities can be developed through dedication and hard work. And the research is unambiguous. People who cultivate a growth mindset consistently outperform those who don't, regardless of raw talent. Serena Williams is one of the greatest athletes in human history. But what separated her from players with comparable raw talent? Programming. From childhood, her father Richard programmed her subconscious with the belief that she was a champion before the world knew her name. She trained like a champion. She carried herself like a champion. She spoke like a champion. and eventually, the record book simply caught up with what she already believed about herself. What are you feeding your subconscious every day? What is the first thing you consume in the morning? What is the last thing you watch or listen to at night? The subconscious does not sleep. It is processing and encoding everything you expose it to. If you fill it with fear, scarcity, and negativity, that is the operating system you will run on. But if you fill it with vision, faith, and examples of people who overcame everything to build extraordinary lives, you become that, deliberately, intentionally. This is not passive work. This requires discipline. It requires you to be intentional about your inputs in a world that is flooding you with content designed to keep you scrolling, reacting, and emotionally activated rather than focused, visionary, and calm. Protecting your mental environment is not a luxury. In the information age, it is a survival skill. 6. The call to decisive action. All the inspiration, faith, and community in the world are useless without the courage to act. Indecision is the silent killer of dreams. The world does not reward those who wait for the perfect moment. It rewards those who step into the unknown with confidence. Clarity comes from action, not analysis. Even a wrong decision provides the learning necessary to make the next right one. The most successful people make decisions quickly and change them slowly, if ever. Those who fail usually make decisions slowly and change them frequently. Trust your instincts. Act as if you cannot fail, and move as if your success is already guaranteed. Rihanna didn't wait until conditions were perfect to launch Fenty Beauty. She saw a gap in the market, the beauty industry's decades-long failure to serve darker skin tones, and she moved decisively. She launched with 40 foundation shades when the industry standard was maybe 10. The result? She disrupted a multi-billion-dollar industry in a single product launch and built a beauty empire that made her a billionaire. She didn't wait. She acted on what she knew, and she acted boldly. Think about LeBron James. Yes, he is one of the greatest basketball players to ever live, but LeBron made a decisive choice early in his career to be more than a basketball player. He chose to build a media company, Spring Hill Entertainment. He chose to become an investor, an advocate, a builder of communities. He made that decision before anyone told him it was a good idea. He acted before the results were guaranteed. And now, his off-court net worth rivals his on-court legacy. Action before certainty, always. There is a concept in behavioral science called analysis paralysis, the tendency to overthink a decision to the point where no decision is made. And research consistently shows that the pain of inaction, when measured over time, is almost always greater than the pain of a wrong decision that teaches you something. The person who tries and fails 10 times is almost always further ahead than the person who spent that same period getting ready to try. So here's your challenge today. Before you leave this place, identify one action, just one, that you have been delaying out of fear or uncertainty. One phone call, one application, one conversation, one enrollment, one investment, one declaration, and commit to taking that action within the next 24 hours. Not next week, not next month, tomorrow. Because here's what separates the life you have from the life you want. Not talent, not circumstance, not luck. The gap is action. Consistent, courageous, committed action in the direction of your dream. Conclusion. Claim your success. The world is waiting for you to recognize your own worth. Walk into every room like you belong there. Speak with the authority of someone who has already won. By grounding yourself in inspiration, standing firm in your faith, and leveraging the power of your community, you become unstoppable. Let me leave you with this. When Dwayne Johnson had $7 in his pocket, he made a decision. When Kevin Hart was being booed off a stage in Philadelphia, he made a decision. When Oprah was fired and told she was too emotional, she made a decision. When J.K. Rowling was sitting in a cold apartment with a sleeping infant and a rejection letter from her 11th publisher, she made a decision. When Rihanna sat across from beauty industry executives who told her 40 shades was too many, she made a decision. They decided that their story was not over. They decided that the external verdict did not match the internal truth. They decided to keep going. You are in this room today because something in you is making that same decision. Something in you is refusing to accept that the chapter you're in is the whole story. Something in you showed up today, and showing up is where every great journey begins. So I will ask you one final time, and I want you to answer not just in your mind, but in your spirit, in your gut, in that place where your truest self lives. Will you wait for success, or will you go out and claim it? The choice is yours. It has always been yours. Now go claim it.